Okay, so I am going to teach you how to create a color wheel. You are going to have a template in Schoology that looks like this. It is called Color Wheel Template. You can download and open up in Photoshop. You also have your photo color wheel that you can open up in Photoshop if you need to. That way you have something to go by. You can also look at the color wheel that is on the board. Whichever you choose, it doesn't matter. So what you're going to do is download all your pictures. Make sure that you have sorted them out and put them in a file on your desktop because it'll be easier to place these files later. So what you're going to start out by doing is you're going to start by doing File, and then you can either do Place Embedded or Place Linked. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do Embedded. You're going to find your color. You're going to hit Place, and then you're going to resize it. Now when you resize something, it is very important that you hold Shift. Shift will keep it from getting distorted. And you're going to guess about how big you want it to be. And I'm just going to put it right here. And then you are going to click your magic wand tool. If you do not see that little tool, it will be hidden under the quick selection tool. You need to make sure that Sample All Layers is selected, that little check mark is right there. And then you just click on this little black one, and then you drag it down like so. Okay? I drug just the creeping ant lines, not the actual black thing. Okay? Then I go into my layers. If you do not see your layers somewhere over here, if you go up to Window, make sure that Layers is selected, or you can hit F7. And then I'm going to pick the rectangle that has the hole in it, and everything disappears. Then you go back over here and pick your Move tool, or you could hit V, and then you drag it up to the top. Now you can also use your arrow tools to nudge on your keyboard. Okay, so I've done that. Now, maybe I don't want that little toe showing. Okay, this is where it's tricky. All right, if I free transform this right now, it's going to free transform the circle shape as well. What I have to do is I have to go over to my layers palette, and you see where there's a little link. I'm going to unclick that. Then I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to do Command T, and I am going to make sure that this layer is then selected. See, I messed up. This was selected. See, there's white little handlebars around this. Make sure the white handlebars are around the actual picture. Then you press Command T, and then you can make it bigger. Command T is called Free Transform. It is the best shortcut you will ever have. Okay, now I have my yellow. Then I can click back over here, and now it's linked again, which you want to do. Okay? Now I'm going to minimize my layers. I'll go up to File and place Embed or Linked. I'll do Linked this time. And I am going to do my yellow-orange. That looks about right. I'm going to use my magic wand tool. I'm going to click. I'm going to move it over to my yellow-orange area. Just going to be right there. That looks really good. Go into my layers, click my layer mask. And I don't need to free transform this because I moved it to the right side. I have to go back over here and pick my Move tool and move it up using my arrows keys on my keyboard. I can move that down. Okay, I'm going to reference this now. Yellow, orange. Now I'm going to pick orange. I'm going to place my orange one. Now, I don't have to use, I can use any of the circles because any of the circles will work, whichever one is available. Move that over here. That looks good. Go to my layers. Move tool. I now have my orange. and so forth and so on until I get all the way around. And you can label them if you want to using the type tool right here. You do not have to. When you are all done with everything, what you want to do is you want to merge these layers into one thing. The reason being is that if you don't, it will be a really, really huge file. If you don't finish this today and you still want to work on it, you need to save it as a PSD file, which will keep all of the layers, okay? If you are done with it, then you save it as a JPEG. That's really important to remember. PSD, working, JPEG, done. So if I were to continue to work on this, I go to File, Save As, and I would name it Working Color Wheel. And then I would put it in my color wheel, and I don't have to change anything. It defaults to Photoshop. And then I hit Save. Now when I'm done with it, I go up to Layer, Flatten Image, and now I have one, and I go to File, Save As, and now I go to where it says Format, and I go to JPEG, and I will save it as my name color wheel. Save. Press OK, and then you are done. You can put it on your tack board, and then you can link that tack board into the assignment that is in Schoology.